doing now based on Mizbarach Masech Kesubos of Yud Dalet. Yudoim ein Malam Bekun Apiyadech. So we had before in the Mishnah that eight echad is neman on a person to say that he's a kohen, and we said also it's only the God Truma. Rabbi Yehuda says even that no, one eight is not neman. Rabbi Loza no, aim said Mashiach Oirim. Avo Moksha ein Oirim. If a person some randomly comes in into the town, nobody says anything bad about him, and then he has an eight that says he's a kohen. Ma'alim Bekun Apiyadech. Shimon Galil Oimim Shimon Shimon Asgan Ma'alim Bekun Apiyadech. Also the same thing. You could do Edechad is good. Chiv Shem Rabbi Yehuda ein Pachs B'Shnai. Oh, so here is a question: what's going on? He says the mission says that Yesh Oirim, then you can't do it. That's what Blozer says. If there's just a coil, then no problem. You can have Edech to say. If there's Adam, there's two Adam that says that he's not a Kohen, then you cannot. You don't. One Edech does not name to say he is a Kohen. That's what Rita says. Ein Ma'il could be Bisman Shesh Oirim. But that boy. Man an kayam. What is going on? Im shel wasem be'echad. What do you mean in pachs b'shnai? Why do you need two to be ma'ar? If you only had one person, you have one person. So one person should be able to say against this one person. Right? You had one person to say he's a kohen. So you say that you need dafka two. Why do you need two to cancel out the one? And if there was two people that said he's a kohen, so why do you say then it's a problem? Why is it a problem? You should say no. Once we had two people, again, Mishnah doesn't talk on such a case, but he was asking if one, let's say, assuming that you had two people, then even a lot will not be able to take him down because trey, and we say he has a cheskas kashas. So why shouldn't he be kosher? So what's the case here? Omer Buna asking Rabban the Tam. It only goes according to Rabban the Tam, the Rabban from Pavel. Rabban the Hochzek Rach by Yankiv. Shem Shmal Meister B'Shnayim Kef Madina Meister B'Shnayim. So they hold no that it's not true. It's trey makes it a problem. We don't say chazaka here. So according to this, we would say that Helo is a b'shnayim. When he says oirerim means shnayim, he says ein pachs m'shnayim, that shnayim help to break two people that said he is good. Even we have two people that said he is good, from two people help to break it. If there's only one person that said he's good, and a chanama, even one could say. So the Mishnah says, when he says ein pachs m'shnayim, he goes on the case where there's two people, and a chanama is only one person, and even one person would be good to break it. If a woman was captured by a goy at a moment because the husband owes money, so the goy took her as a collateral, and she be able to collect the money. As long as he doesn't pay off, they don't let her go out. We're not talking here about a kohen. Not that the goy was mizana with her because he doesn't want to lose his money. The first is if it's because the person is chayiv misa, and they say as long as it doesn't show up, we're not going to let you go. Then it's different because then they don't care, and it's a surah l'bayit. If a kafshek tarkum siege kolakun shv'tzeichel psudas nishim edem afil evad of the shifcha and the man. But as we had by Shibuya, if there's one aid can be made that's tahira, it's good. However, a person cannot see on himself, and we will say here even the bigger chiddush that a husband cannot see on his wife. I swear in the Besamigdash that Zaza Yodin Toch Yodi Shosh Nichus Aklam B'Shalayim At Shiyatzu. Ain't other mayor than the Atzmai. Do not testify on your own wife. Ishtaki Gufa. Tamatani. Hey, the Beis Yakoyan and the Zacharian. من الكاتس وتنقل شهورا بأشكال من يخكوا بني مشبخة. فدائما إذا ما يصير شلين يستبلين يتمع. That was the story there. They took her as a mashkin, and people were thinking that maybe she's possible for a kohen. There was no specific. And the Edom Amayat should learn this to Rabbi Lein Tama. Edom Edom Tama, home Edom Edom Loy. So we see that Nech B'Shah is a problem. Maar blaze Shani behirhun sherabim nahagen le behet. So it's different. If they took her Nech B'Shah means they took her a karcha, then we're not choishish. But here, if they took her, they placed her as a pledge, they themselves did it, then you're more choishish. That then you need Adam shalanistir v'lenitma. Algen nefashes asura. Juden bei der Rachame fahr tachmischer Kiski, wo schnig Medina la Riga. Ich nochmal schnig Medina la Riga. Und schon jürgen es listen to listen. Means people oh so the hints to the Mishnah means that she herself Nigmadina. They have it on her din that they have to kill her. So Mela they don't care, they do whatever they want with her. He says Aishas list them to list them, even if she didn't do anything. She's the wife, and they captured her. Is also Yechoishish that they do whatever they want with her. Eze karkem na Baba Shem Chia Parasha Kigoin Zugen Shal Shaliyos Kvolem Bavozim Tangoim Partoitis. It's a whole engine, military engines that are surrounding the city. Nobody should be able to go out. If somebody leaves, then the town will go make some noise. Keep us here. Mora ba b'shem apchom ba'ashem masay b'ruch ach misham suma achas yisham. That's the law. So it's trying to say even in such a case, there can be some kind of people can run away, but I don't know what halachically is not doesn't help. If we say that kavshua karkim, it's a problem. But sellus is a koil. If there's one pirza even, it can run out. So then everybody's named to say that they didn't become Tomei. If there's like hidden places, it's in a boya. Only if it's that kingdom, they can't. It means that the Romans are trying to occupy a Jewish city that belongs to them already, but they're not trying to revolt. Then they feel that they can do whatever they want. But if it's Kag Shemachas Acheres, a different country came to wage war on the Romans, and they also went into a Yiddish city, Kalistimheim, then we don't have to be choishish. They don't have time for that. They're too occupied in the war. Fill a cotton, he says somebody has to say that she's not nitmas. Even a cotton, fill a cotton vikar. I'd say it's both a cotton and a carve. There's also an to say that by Kavshua Karka, Hananya Kartisa Ishtaboy who if neve itse. Him and his son and his wife. Also gab Chanina v'lei kablan. Also gab Shibeleve kablan. Adama v'lekat v'kar. It's a son and a karev, and he's now to say the son, the boy, is now to say on the mother that she was not nitmas. Chiva Yosef, Sholach Basar Itzei. He sent messengers for his wife, that was Nishbas. Omer, he said, Yiski Ima Tlasa Talmidim. He says, 3 Talmidim should come up with her. But the Nina Moisen Leish Neta V'chachomim, Shem Yiva B'derech, Omer, Omer, Baila V'shlesh. He said, by a Soita, you take 2 V'chachomim. But it says not, it's 3 people. It's plus the husband. So you need 3 people. He wanted to bring her up from where she was to the back to Eretz Yisrael. The Gemara, Afu, now goes back in the Mishnah of Chayv and Akatzav. Sochel as a bias, Bumaylam Zainas, Siachet Imma Elab Shnei Banea. Call Asma Posik Yazay, Gati Ban Chosi, Menuchel and Etzasi. He paid her and did everything, but he did not have Menuchel because he was not allowed to live with her anymore. That's Allah. Maybe it means also because he was watching on her the whole time, but it still didn't help because they passed for him that he's not Naaman. Naaman ad leima zeksav yode shel abba, zeksav yode shel Rebbe, zeksav yode shel achi. A person can say a kid that remembers his father's handwritings or his Rebbe or his brother is Naaman to say talking about kiyum shtaros here, and you're using him as an aid for kiyum shtaros. That's what God would then that she gets a Messiah because she was a psula. That's an aidus that he's a kohen. We had before that you need an aid to say a person's a kohen. So this person that cotton his name to say, I remember that he went out from Cheder and he ate from it. Also to say in a certain place that it's Tameh Besa Pras, Hayinu Bam B'Shabbos. To say that to be matter that till there is the end of the Alpayim Amma and you can walk till there. That's already being moitzi moment. He says he has a right to walk. So to say that this piece of land belongs to somebody else, their cotton is not name. All these things are things that he struggle because he sees the Savyad, that's why he's name. Is taf macher. Also very interesting halacha here that not talking the cotton himself. The cotton it's only going on Savyat. That's what I think. It goes on Savyat. That he has to have him with another one are made on a Savyat. That this is Savyat Shalom. On the story with Beis Sefer, we say he remembers somebody coming out from Cheder and Toivling to eat Truma. Maybe he's an Eved. Eved Kohen can also eat Truma. So how can his Edus has to work to make this person into a Kohen Miyuchas? How does he know? Maybe he's an Eved. If he went out from a Cheder, he cannot be an Eved. Because an Eved is not allowed to learn Torah. He must be a Kohen, a regular Kohen. You can call him up even for the Shiva Kriyas. So he's trying to say that a regular Eved is not allowed. It's exceptions, stories, Eved, special Avadim. But Stamazoi, you can assume that Eved that goes into it. Maybe he means no, I don't know, maybe only based on safer. No, I'd say Tovi means this exception because he was a special Eved. Stamazoi, a person not allowed to teach his Eved Torah, and maybe we can assume that he's a real Kohen. Talking about a regular goy, he says cholik al goy. Can sicher be a evet. Sie alle der ton khir nas vad na cholik al goy, was dem maton können wir doch dabei. That's good for the corner that evet cannot take anything on the goy. People shouldn't be mile in the corner.